All right, we're live. Hey,
Woo!
hey, you.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hey, damn, my camera's struggling to. Come on, man. There we go. Let's focus.
We
There we go.
definitely doubled up this week where
Well,
we're just upgrading everywhere.
oh, you know what? Yep. Hey, big change is coming up.
Components.
Hey, with 1080, if you guys haven't noticed, 10 fucking 80, new camera. Let me tell the crew that we live on Twitch. Arsenal Ultras live. There we go.
So today, just kind of to talk about just everything that's been going on lately. We won today as Arsenal fans, right? While Fabian's finishing doing his social media work there.
I'm telling the crew, bro. The crew.
uh,
We don't have fans. We have family.
okay.
Okay, go
we are. I mean, yeah. All right.
ahead.
So
Yes. Recap.
recap. Oh yeah, so Arsenal won, and we're getting ready to stream live on Sunday.
Yep.
That Chelsea game, one of the
Yes.
biggest games this first half of the season
Yes,
has
sir.
been. Right? It would have been City early on around October, but that game got postponed because of reasons of the Europa League. And
They got
we,
lucky. They got
oh
lucky.
hell, passed away
Oh yeah. R.I.P.
unfortunately, and then got
Rest in
delayed another
pussy.
game.
Sorry, go ahead.
So okay, so today we're actually bringing the show to talk about Group B. So we talked on Monday about Group A, where involved Ecuador, Netherlands, Senegal, and as well as Qatar. And we gave our predictions. So make sure you guys check out that video on the previous. We'll leave is like
Yep.
two videos ago, right?
Yep.
Okay. So make sure you guys take a look at that video, Group A. Now today it's Group B. You want to give us that the group B's teams lineup?
Yep. Okay. I got this one. I got this one. So we got. Okay, wait. Hold on a second. Okay, no. I got this one. I got this one. So we got England. We got the good old U.S. of A. The home of the free and the fucking brave. We got Iran. And we got Wales. There we go. That's it. The foursome.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
It's scary out here, bro.
Yeah, it is. It
Uh-huh.
is. This is very. It's an unpredictable group.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent, right?
Yeah,
And that's what we're here to debunk or agree to.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and start talking about who's your weakest link in that group.
It's gotta be Iran. Gotta be Iran.
Mm, okay.
The other, Wales. They have some talent, and they also have a big game player who has probably been taking it relatively easy. This these past what since he moved from Madrid. So what's that like 4 months? The summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Just about.
Yep. And then they have the U.S. who's I don't know. They're kind of in flux at the moment. They're figuring out their identity. Not looking the best, but not looking the worst either. And then they have England, who have, for all intents and purposes, should be one of the favorites for the whole tournament. But they've looked like shit for the past. I don't know. Ever since that Euro final, to be honest, that heartbreaking defeat. They look like they haven't quite recovered from that just yet. So this is the tournament to set those doubts aside and come back strong. I figured after the heartbreak that Saka put them through in 2021, I figured that England would come into this tournament and after that they would come in strong because they would be like, okay, we came really close. Now it's time to really like we tasted victory and it slipped away from our hands. We like got our hearts broken in the worst way possible. Penalties. There's nothing worse than fucking losing in penalties. So we're gonna come in here, no fucking bullshit. We're coming to behead whoever's in our way, right? That's what I thought would happen. But that's not the way that they've recovered from that defeat. And in the friendlies, they whatever you want to call them, the Nations League. So, what do you think?
I
What
love
do,
your recap.
what do you think about the summary? A little recap.
Yeah, a little recap of what's been going on with the group.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, United States came in second in the on the qualifiers for the World Cup. Second to Canada. It was
Yeah.
actually Canada actually has been very impressive for me, and they rightfully they deserve that number one spot in that qualifiers. So hey, that's I can't wait for that conversation or at least that group when we
Mm-hmm.
talk about Canada. But today is all about the USA. Um, as I want to say we as the United States we actually given everything, maybe not the best performance in the friendlies or the what they call it, the
Nations League, Nations Cup, whatever you want to call it. One of them things.
Nations Cup games. So yeah, we were the best going forward. I think there was a lot of I guess we could say players were missing their boots, but then again they didn't probably they had a couple players here and there that they missed, but not to an significant amount to me anything saying that hey now they weren't fully staffed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's definitely a struggle there from USA. Wales, I think Wales kind of just slipped by
Yeah.
in World Cup. I think they don't have they have senior squad stars, right?
Yeah. They
Mainly
have experience, is what I would
yeah,
say.
they have experience, but I feel like that experience, they're kind of like they kind of they're kind of done they're at the very end of their career.
Mm-hmm.
Ramsey and Bale, obviously, I'm talking of.
Yeah.
That's the best, the most uh, outstanding players in that team, honestly. And they slept in. They slept in. Like with a little small crack, they were like cockroaches and just not right in, man. But then we have the who else do we have there?
We have
Iran.
Iran. This is a
Oh man,
fucking man. This is a geopolitical team. Fucking lots of areas of struggle here.
yeah. They're good defensively. I can see them getting caught. Catching someone off guard
Mm-hmm.
and maybe joining the counterattack and hitting them on the last third. Iran leading up to the World Cup probably hasn't been uh, the I don't want to say the best. In the friendlies they did have an okay tournament, but not considering against these other opponents that have been potentially coming into more of a rhythm than they have.
They had a very solid World Cup qualifying campaign though. But for the most part, I do agree with you. But go ahead. They did have a nice run in the qualifiers, and they came in third in the 2019 Asian Cup, which that was the one that who won that one? Oh, Qatar. Qatar actually made it pretty far on that one. I don't know if they won it, but they had a good run there too. So
Good one. Okay. Oh shit, that's it. This is the quality of team that that they are. No offense. I can't like I look at this Iran team. I probably see two players in there that I can kind of say that they're okay, right? No disrespect to them, but
Hosseini. Go ahead.
now let's look at the big fucking picture, right? Which is England. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, shit.
They had this it was kind of like one of those flukes that kind of curses that England always brings, which is PKs. They don't have
Yeah.
a good track record at all under PKs.
I know them
And
motherfuckers got a lot of trauma
yeah,
from that shit.
real, for real, man. One of those players are beloved Saka.
My boy, man. Wow,
Yeah,
that was terrible.
he unfortunately was the last one to take the PK, and he misses the PK. Since then, I feel like 2 years have passed, and in those 2 years, um, it's kind of the manager's position has kind of slipped. Like the team has kind of slipped under his fingers, just for the reason that a lot of these players that he prefers are out of form. And it's going to be a hard decision coming into this World Cup. Does he want to stick to his starting lineup from prior, or does he want to experiment? I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
That was my preview.
Yeah. Man, it's gonna be an interesting World Cup. Some, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's a weird group, because I can kind of there's a lot of parity here in my opinion. I feel like any of these teams on any day they could beat the other one. I mean, with a little bit of luck and some some heart, they could have their day against any of these teams because, like we were saying, England, though they have the quality, they haven't looked good for a year and a half, essentially. So, and as far as the U.S., they have talent. They might be able to pull an upset occasionally. Wales, they have big game players. I mean, nobody's expecting them to do much, but again, it takes just one good game, and they could upset or surprise somebody. And Iran, well, I'm sure that people aren't taking them seriously, so they have the element of surprise. So I don't see any of these teams as being like I don't project any of these teams going far into the tournament, to be honest. Not even England, but I am excited to see these matchups, and I'm excited to see certain players as well, see how they perform, and see if they can, specifically some of the English players. I want to see if they can get that monkey off their back. You know what I'm saying? Like get that curse out of their system. Perform and get out of the funk.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who the
Yeah.
person I'm keeping the closest eye on is Southgate. That's the person that I'm keeping the closest eye on here. That's the person who's in the hottest seat probably in the whole tournament.
Okay. So all right. So let's go ahead and let's talk about a little bit about your last place team.
Okay. So who I project coming last?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump onto that.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go with Iran. Uh, I think they'll probably come in last. They haven't had the best historical performance, and I think sometimes that plays a factor. They've never gotten out of their groups, so I think history is against them, and I don't think they have the quality of their team in order to overcome that history. Because sometimes that shit weighs heavy on you when you know that you historically haven't done much. Kind of makes it hard to overcome that when you know that you ain't been shit for decades. It's hard to have the mentality to overcome it in one generation. What about you?
So I'm not leaning so much on Iran to be my last place team. I'm actually leaning a little bit more towards Wales.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like I mentioned previously, is that most of the players in that squad are coming into an age that they're finished, per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might not be finished for their current club that they're playing in, but they're performing below their usual standards, and with injuries and lack of playing time. I feel like this team is not so much there talent wise, and I can see them slip into last place where they win 0 games
Mm-hmm.
this term. Um, and unfortunately, because we have a nice player on Ramsey, or at least he was a nice player for us at Arsenal. Um, but yeah, man, I definitely go in with Wales, um, which leads me to Iran to be my third um, team to you know
Okay.
select. Yeah.
Do you want to explain what you think of Iran? What do you like? What do you see them going? How do you think they're gonna fare against? Do you think they're gonna win the game, or are you just gonna they're gonna tie all the games? What do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I think you know why I think they're gonna beat Wales. I believe that they play
Hmm.
Wales. Let me see here. I believe they play Wales. Yeah, but it's the final game. No, it's the game right in the middle. So I could see them thinking that they have an opportunity to slip into second, but
Hmm.
I feel like Iran in itself is gonna sit back a lot and just wait for pressure to come in, and then once that mistake happens, they're gonna bounce. But there's just too much strong teams in this group, like right where their main focus is velocity and strength and filtering through the attack. And I
Hmm.
feel like they're just gonna get bombarded, man. And I think they're the only game that they're gonna probably win in this group. It will be against Wales.
Um, I have uh, I have Wales coming in third. I think it's gonna be really close. I think there's gonna be like a match that could go either way and kind of defines who comes in third or second. But I think, unfortunately, I don't think Wales is gonna be able to, you know, keep their main stars healthy ish. Like I think they will struggle with some slight injuries and just in general the attrition of playing so many games back to back to back. I don't think it's going to benefit them. Even though I do think some other players are coming in rested, I just think they're gonna decline in the later games. So I think they're gonna start off well, but I think they're gonna go downhill after that. So I think they're not gonna end well, and I think they'll come in third.
Okay, so
Which
you're saying that they're gonna start off well. So you think 3 points or 1 point is starting off well? I mean, what do you mean by
I think they play England first game, right?
they play USA?
Oh, I play the US. I'm sorry, they play the USA. I think they might surprise us that first game. That's what I think will happen. So I think I don't want to make any predictions yet. I'll save those for later. But I'm gonna stick with that. I think we'll be surprised.
All right, I like it.
All
I
right.
like surprise. Oh,
You like surprises?
I like surprise.
So second, I think the U.S. I think when I'm talking about these rankings, they sound like logical, like this is the way it was always gonna go. But I think it's gonna look that way in points, but the games themselves are gonna be close. I think the games are gonna be tight, and I think some certain teams won't look as good as we expect them to look, and some certain teams that we expect to be really terrible are gonna look better than we expected. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I think I see this group as a group of parity. I think there's going to be some surprises as far as like the performances themselves, not who qualifies for the next round. But yeah, the U.S. will be second, I believe. Um, Man, we got to keep in mind that 4 years ago they missed out on this on the World Cup. Like that's crazy. But um, they've tried to kind of reinvigorate the nation with like younger talent and stuff like that. So I think that's a positive for them. I think they really tried to like revamp the whole team, the whole federation of football in the U.S. and they have a lot of young talent, but I don't know. I just think there's something's gonna be missing there, and it's not gonna be enough to take us to the top of the group.
Yep.
So I just see them
So
coming in second because of that.
that's funny because I feel like we're kind of flip flop our opinions on these. So who I have in second, coming in second, right? First and second. Yes, you would love to go first because you get the second place.
Yes.
Right.
Of
That's
Group
the
A, I think, right?
the advantage, right? That's the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Can you check on that actually? If it's Group A that they play.
I'll double check, but I'm fairly sure it's Group A. Yeah.
So, so for me, I'm in a position where I'm looking at England as coming in second, and the main reason why is for the reason that they haven't been able to hit a stride since the
Hmm.
Euros, and that's kind of affected these players, and they're coming kind of shaky where they don't have the full support of their fans. They don't have the full support. It feels like a lot of the it feels like the locker room and what we see and how they've been performing. It kind of feels like they're split, right? Where
Hmm.
you have, so you have players here. You have Maguire, right? You have
Harry
Shaw.
Maguire. Sorry.
Yeah, you have Shaw, and you have all these players that are just underperforming at their club level, and and in his mind and his excuse is that even though they're underperforming, um, it's the World Cup. It's a different type of level of competition,
Yeah, you need
right?
expertise.
Expertise, right? So
Hmm.
that's his level of thinking, and I think it's all right, but I look at like players like Harry Maguire, and this is not I know he's the laughing stock of England right now, but he's just he has so many errors. I mean, you can tell the errors, right? And even when he's in an English shirt, he has errors on his defensively. Like he's on focus, like his mind is somewhere else completely, and I feel like those type of players do not deserve even if they're out of form. I mean, if you're out of form, that means you're sitting in eighth, 10th place as a collective team, right? But Harry Maguire, unfortunately, is not the only player in that United team, and he's just getting outclassed by a 5'4" motherfucker.
He's not a 5'8". You say he's getting
But,
outclassed by a fucking Oompa Loompa? Fucking midget.
so So with that being said, I feel like England it's gonna come short in one or two games in this group.
Man, if
I
they
feel like
come second in that
um,
group, it's gonna be a huge failure for them.
it might be. I mean, did you check on the
They play
who they
the yes, it's the group one, group two.
so group one two? Man, we might be seeing a England versus Ecuador game right there.
It's probably more likely to be England versus
That
Netherlands or
makes
something like that in that case
sense, right?
if they come second. But nah, man, no, I agree. But I do have, I agree in that you're saying that they're coming in off form, and there's a lot of debate about how who should start and who shouldn't, and who deserves. See, that's the thing about England, dude. Like when it comes to like the big stage, like everything is split because of the rivalry between the club and the coaches having certain preferences, and instead of like sticking with form and who's playing the best and things of that sort. There's like a lot of coaches like promote this preferential treatment of players who have served them in the past, and that's the reason why Maguire is counted as a leader of this team. Even though I think he'll have an alright World Cup. Um, I would hope that he's learned a couple things from working under Ten Hag, and I feel he's the type of coach that demands utter focus. So I feel like if he can't get you right for half a season or 4 months, whatever it is, then I think you might just have a bigger issue overall. But the reason why I can't have England coming in second to the U.S. is just because I've been unimpressed with the U.S. as far as like their latest couple of games, and I know they've been friendlies and stuff, but man, it's just like not scoring to Japan, and who was the team that they drew against? Saudi Arabia. Come on, like how are you not at least scoring a goal against Japan? So I don't know. I need to see. I feel like there's gonna be a couple players that are gonna have to come up really big for the U.S. in order to be able to come first in the group, and I don't think it happens. I don't see it happening. And if it does happen, well, that'll be the beginning of legendary players. The Gio Reynas, and maybe this could be the arrival of Pulisic at the biggest stage. He's got the quality. He just is out of form. He doesn't play, unfortunately. So
Well, the main I look at United States as a very young squad, say similar to Ecuador.
Yeah, young talent.
Very energetic team, and I think they're very similar to the type of squad that they have. Where there's a lot of potential in that squad, but it's uncapped potential yet, right? You don't know what you think about potential, right?
Yeah, means you ain't done shit. For
All
anybody
right,
that's
so
new.
so but I see a lot of these players being involved. I mean, comparing them to maybe about 4 years ago when Russia happened, and them not going to Russia, and then coming in second and being able to qualify for the World Cup. I think a lot of these players are playing in Europe, right? They're playing in Europe.
Yep.
Uh, they're playing very competitively, week in week out. So they know a different type of rhythm. Maybe maybe against Saudi Arabia they might have not performed, right? Or against Japan they might have not performed. But who's to say that they're not gonna perform against Wales, right? Who's to say that they're not gonna perform against the likes of England?
Me, motherfucker, I'm saying that shit. No, but yeah.
A player to really watch in this World Cup from the United States, it's Timothy Weah. Man,
Where?
that guy, yeah, man, that guy's he's my type of player. Which he kind of reminds me of, kind of like a Almiron type of player. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go on a hot run of form.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Timothy. Yeah, he plays on. Does he play on the left or the right? Pulisic plays on the left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So, no, Pulisic plays on the left. So I think Weah plays on the right. That's what it is.
Right, correct. So Weah plays on the right, Pulisic plays on the left. Yep.
They have good wingers. They have good width on that team. And they could really take advantage of because I don't know. We'll have to see how Shaw looks, but there could be some weakness there, and I think they'll probably play Trippier out there, but he bombs forward a lot, so we'll see. We'll see how those wingers play against England. Somebody to watch out for as well. The midfielder for Juventus. What's his name? McKinney. He's a talented player. I like watching him. I like the way he plays.
Yep, and then the boy Turner.
That's right. Wait, is McKinney injured?
A good run of form right there.
Oh no, he's not injured. I don't know why. This is shit. We should say this. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, so what do you think what do you think England's gonna come first? Let's just wrap it up with that, since we're coming to a close here.
Why would I think if England would come?
Yeah, why are you predicting that?
So I'm predicting United States will come first.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, why are you predicting that England will come second? As far as like, what players do you think are gonna disappoint, and what players do you think are gonna be, underperform compared to like the level that they're seeing internationally? Since if they're coming in second, that's a huge disappointment for them, to be honest.
So, it's one of those that it's a growing. It's when you watch a horror movie at first, right? That you feel like you're listening to an album, you put your earbuds in, you listen to the entire album, and he's like, nah, I mean, I'm not really feeling this.
Oh shit.
Over time, there's a growth to it, right? While you mature, you learn a little more about life. Oh shit! This album, this song, this sound, it sounds so much different now than it did 1 match ago.
You
right?
saying England is Mr. Morale? It's gonna grow on you.
Yeah, babe. Well, that's where I'm looking at England. I think they're gonna hit the fan, right? And they're gonna trip, and then they're gonna get their shit together towards the end of the.
Oh, okay. So you think they're gonna come out and fucking shit the bed, type of shit.
They're gonna come in and shit the bed.
Shit, that'll be fucking hilarious. I'm gonna be on Twitter for that shit. I hope you know that. If they shit the bed against Iran, is it Iran or Iran?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
if 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 the coach ends up going with Maguire, right? And Maguire, the very first game, he completely fucks up in the back.
Oof.
Back, back, back to back. That motherfucker is getting out of there. There's no way he's cut. He's starting the next game against who the fuck is it?
Again, that would
Against
be
you.
the U.S. The U.S. game.
Yeah. There's no way Maguire gets on that slot. If he comes in the very first game, he just fucks up.
He's gonna
There's
start.
no way. He's not.
Yes, he is.
He will be exceptionally stupid to play Maguire the second game. You know, that goes to any of the other players, of course, not just pointing out Maguire. But I think Maguire is the best example because he's made him captain and he made him a starter for his team. But I do think that they're gonna start off bad and then they're gonna start growing into the team. I think England can go as far as maybe the quarter.
As far as who?
The quarters.
Yeah, that's where I have them too. I don't think they go past that.
And now, if they do pass that, then I think we may be looking into them in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If they get past that, then that means that they've beaten some quality teams and they got their shit together. But
Yeah.
I don't see that happening personally. But damn, apparently McKennie's out. Who's the Juventus player for the U.S.? He's out for 15 days. But man, he needs to get his shit right. 'Cause he's a very good player. He's gonna bring that whole team together. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this group as well. You know, like I said,
we said,
gonna have
and like
good
we
games.
said at the very beginning, what was the first thing we said? I was like, this is a group that is gonna have a lot of surprises, or
Yeah, that's what I said.
just what the book says, right?
Mhm.
But maybe England's gonna come in and win every fucking game. They're gonna get 9 fucking points off the gate.
I doubt it, but okay.
Yeah, me too. I doubt it as well. I think they're gonna struggle. I think they're gonna struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a surprisingly, equal group, I guess. This is, like I said, parity. I just see games that can go either way here. I think they're gonna be some really close games. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this shit. Some players to look out for, Paulo, real quick.
Wait, what?
Some players to look out for, real quick.
Players to look out
In
for.
this group.
First, like the Arsenal, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, Arsenal or just players that you enjoy watching, or just players that you think are gonna be dangerous.
Okay, so definitely let's look at Timothy Weah.
Okay, that's your boy.
Yeah. And then let's also look at Tyler Adams, the Leeds player. He's very versatile in the sense that he can play CDM, center mid, and then left back.
Yeah.
I think he would be a great addition to Arsenal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just for we like to play with that solid left back that can centralize.
Yeah, the Zinchenko role.
The Zinchenko role. There you go, because that's the name of the role, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So that's definitely a player that I want to look at, and definitely Turner. He plays for the team. I don't think the fans have been so fair to him just because he's from America. He's from Bangladesh. I don't think the fans know really, man. They kind of shut him off just because of that fact.
It did look iffy that first game I watched. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he has those moments, but I mean, can you blame him?
He's played better since. I'll say that.
We're in first place.
Yeah,
We're in first place. Even though Ramsdale started today, so I'm kind of curious to see why he's injured, man. But anyways, and then from England, shit, man, they have so many fucking players, bro. I wanna see a little bit more. I want to see who's gonna be their strikers. Kane,
Kane,
I know
bro.
we know Kane is gonna be one, right? But I want to see if Abraham makes it. If Abraham makes it, I feel like that's a lookout player, bro. I mean, that's a mixture, bro. I mean, you don't have an England squad that all plays in England, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You have players that can play in the Spanish league and the
Italian
German and the Italian league.
Yeah, I feel like if they win their first 2 games and it's just like a wash, like they're running away with it, they'll probably play their B stringers. And I think Tammy could come in there then. I'm looking for Saka, loco. I want to see him hit the ground running.
Yeah, me too.
Because he's the only. Well, he's not the only one, but he recovered well since that heartbreak. He had a very good season last season, and looking good this season too. Very important player for the top of the league right here.
Yeah, there you
So
go. And then two more players. I feel like we need to look out for. This is probably going to be their last World Cup that we'll ever see them ever play again, which is Ramsey and Bell.
hey,
Yeah, the last
Rambo.
two.
Rambo. Yeah, I'm excited to see him too. I want to see Jude Bellingham too. There's a lot of hype behind this kid. Um, he's only like what 19 at this point, so I really want to see him as well. I want to see how he can offer something different to Rice at the highest level.
Yeah.
So
Could be, it could be a good mixture right there.
let me see if any Rand players. Let me just pick one out. Let me see if any motherfuckers sound familiar to me. Who's the best player? Okay, so apparently the best player is how do I pronounce this
So
shit? Asmoon? Sardar Asmoon? This is if healthy, so he might not be healthy, but
What's his name?
Asmoon. Azmoun.
Sardar Azmoun.
Yeah, Sardar Asmoon.
And by the way, I'm looking down and I'm just looking at my book that's almost filled.
That's hilarious. That's the Bible right there. Okay. All right. Shoot. Sounds like we're gonna have some good. Hey, but your boys are off, man. You're gonna be watching this shit.
Hell yeah.
You can tune in and watch a lot of it with us if you want. Tell somebody you got the best World Cup coverage right here on Arsenal Ultras Live.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Catch us this Sunday. Big fucking game. The Arsenal. Back to winning ways.
I mean, we've been back to the winning ways, but now it's just to
Against the big teams.
play Chelsea, and then the last game that we played before the World Cup is Everton.
Yeah.
So two tough games right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Everton are in good form. Chelsea ain't shit, so it don't matter to me. I don't even know why I call them a big team. They ain't shit. All right. Peace out, everybody. Peace.